Monday, March 11th, and this is the first time I am talking to the weekly vlog in a very long time. Okay, so the last time you guys saw us, we were in Disneyland. We did get back from Disneyland end of January, and it took me a lot longer to edit all of those vlogs than I thought it would. So that pretty much took like all of February. And then my dad actually came and stayed with us for a couple of weeks. So that was really fun. We took the time to just kind of enjoy being with him. And now we're back. It's a Monday and we're here. And there hasn't been a ton of stuff going on, which is great because there was a lot going on for a while, and so it's nice to kind of take a break. We do hope to be a little bit more active on the vlog since we are not super busy at the moment. Some fun updates. I've been working on sourdough everything. My mom let me have some sourdough starter, so I've been kind of keeping up with that. I have made sourdough bread, obviously. I've made sourdough waffles, I made sourdough crackers, I made sourdough chocolate chip cookies. I really just have become a sourdough monster at this point. And it's become a really fun weekend activity for me. I've been working on crocheting a gigantic blanket. I'll have to show you in a little bit, but it's been quite an adventure. And I've been working a lot. Actually, just recently received a promotion, so that's really exciting. I start my new position at the beginning of June, so technically, probably sooner. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of a big life update, I guess. I got a really big promotion, and I'm very excited, nervous, but also very excited. I think as far as like stuff that we're doing this week, we aren't doing a ton of stuff this week really at all. But this weekend, I'm going to show you guys the sourdough tutorial. We have some yard work that we have to get done because we're coming up on spring. The weather is getting nicer, so our grass is growing. So that's going to be really fun. I can't wait to kind of make it like a fun place to hang out. The weather has been really beautiful lately, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, it's also St. Patrick's Day this weekend. Yeah, that's kind of what we got going on this week. Yeah, we're happy to be back with the weekly vlog. Well, lots of time has passed because now it's 6:25 and time for dinner. And last time I talked to you, I was eating breakfast. This one forgot to vlog all day long. So.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, we have chicken cooking up in the Instant Pot because we're making like taco meat for the whole week so that we have easy dinner and lunches.
Yep.
I'm very excited and very hungry.
Yeah. I can't wait to eat.
Wow. So it's the next morning.
This just in. We suck.
We've really gotten out of the habit, I think, of vlogging things because we just completely forgot. We filmed that last clip and then vlogging just left our brains. Tuesday morning, and Josh is getting ready for work.
Boo. Boo work. Boo.
I did make, where are they? I made some more cookies yesterday. I'm going to take some to work. Yeah, we just ate dinner and watched Parks and Rec, so it's not like you missed anything huge, but...
Still a good night.
Yeah, it was. It was a good night. Yeah, Josh is getting ready for work. I think I'm going to go on a walk today.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's really all I have planned. So, yeah.
As you can see, I'm at work now. We've actually been in a new semester since the beginning of February. Yeah, my Tuesday class for this semester is fun math. I find that incredibly ironic because, number one, I have always been really bad at math. And because of that, number two, I am of the opinion that math is not fun at all. no matter how you try to package it. It's been very ironic that I've been assisting in teaching a class like that. Now, what's going to make today really, really interesting is the fact that the lead staff member for that class is out today, along with like 5 other of my coworkers. Oh man, I'm looking at the possibility of leading a math class today, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. This will be fun. Help me.
Well, it started raining, so I didn't end up going on that walk, but I did do just like a quick little workout here at home, so I got the blood flowing. So now I'm gonna make some breakfast and have a cup of coffee. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 38.
Here's a number between 1 and 38. It's 3.
Oh. Number 3 it is. Ha 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 ha. So I just took a shower and I'm gonna sit and work on my crochet project for a little bit. And I thought I would show you what I've been working on. So this is the blanket that I'm currently working on, and I'm on the last kit 10. But it's looking really pretty so far. Okay, it's here. It's just really big, and I don't really want to show you the whole thing until it's finished. But that's one of the projects I've been working on pretty diligently, and I've been loving it. It's really, really fun. I've been crocheting since I was 11. Your kit comes with the pattern for what you're going to work on, right? So it's got the pattern, and it comes with all the yarn that you need. I think sometimes following a crochet pattern can be really confusing for some people. So I thought it would be cool if I made like a tutorial on how to do it. What do you guys think? Okay, so this is like round 1 of this kit. So like just to get like a small taste of like I understand it because I've been crocheting for 20 years, but if you haven't been crocheting for that long, it probably seems really... This is still just round 1, by the way. Oh, there's round 2. So like it could be really confusing. I feel like if people just have like a visual to go along with what they're working on, then it's not so daunting.
Well, I'm home now, and I got through the day. The good news is that, as previously stated, I'm home. I'm going to enjoy this herbal tea that I just brewed for myself. Lemony. And I'm going to unwind now. I gotta say, one of my absolute favorite things about living here is just how gorgeous it is. When I decide that I want to take a step outside, I know that I'm gonna be in for some really, really nice views.
Oh, hey vlog. It's the...
If you can't tell, I have a look of shock on my face.
It's Thursday night. It's Thursday night. It's not, I can't even say evening anymore because it's almost 10 p.m. And I don't know about you, babe, but the last time I vlogged was Tuesday morning. So we're not doing great this week with the vlogging.
Yeah, for me it was Tuesday
afternoon. Nice, sick reference, bro. Anyway, while Josh is cleaning up the kitchen, we had tamale pie for dinner. Delicious. And we watched some Star Trek and some Parks and Rec, and now we're probably gonna go to bed. So
That's life.
I know. Sorry, guys. I promise you're gonna see more. There's gonna be more of this video, and it's gonna be mostly the weekend. We've got a lot to do this weekend, just like in the house. Ooh! Oh, crap. I just realized we have to do our meal plan.
Oh, crap.
Put in the grocery order. Ugh, this is probably the worst part of adulting that nobody ever talks about, is figuring out every single day what you have to eat. Every day. It doesn't stop. It doesn't end.
Yeah, but at least we, you know, when we're planning our meal plans, we plan out a whole week. It's not like, okay, we'll have this tonight. And what do you know, next day comes. What do you want to have tonight? Next day comes. What do you want to have tonight?
That is, I mean, it is nice. It does make it better. It's just that when Thursday night comes, it's always like pulling teeth, trying to figure out what we're going to eat. And like, it's not like we can stop eating, you know? We got to keep eating to be people. Ugh. Nobody ever talks about how hard that is. It's like one of the worst parts that nobody ever says anything about. Nobody ever warns you. Anyway, we're probably going to call it a night. So we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Who knows at this point with the consistency of our vlogging. Well, happy Friday, y'all. It's like 6:15 on Friday evening. I just got home from work. We're currently sitting on the patio.
Chillaxing, because it's a lovely day.
It is a beautiful day. It was like 75 degrees today. I wore a summer dress to work, like sundress, summer dress, I don't know, whatever you call it. And like, this is like the view we're enjoying right now. It's like not a cloud in the sky. So pretty.
As I said earlier this week, I love this view.
Yeah. It really is such a good view. And like, it's just such a good yard. That's why I'm really excited, because tomorrow we're going to do a lot of yard work and kind of like shape it up and make it look a little more presentable so that we can really enjoy it. Because it's getting to be that time. It's warming up. And I really want to take full advantage of the yard since we haven't had a yard yet. So I'm very excited.
Same.
I'm excited to get our affairs in order out here.
Absolutely.
Also, we're waiting on dinner. Dinner's getting delivered very soon. We're going to eat out here. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, because I'm starving.
Food is here. We got Oh No Hawaiian barbecue. And I'm very excited to eat it.
As am I.
I got some teriyaki chicken and rice. And Josh got spam and eggs. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Normally each meal comes with a side of rice and a side of mac salad. But I do not like macaroni salad because it's too like mayonnaise forward. So I give Josh my macaroni salad and then we order an extra side of rice so I can have double the rice. It's pretty great for me.
Works out nicely.
Well, good morning. Happy Saturday. We have so much that we need to do just like in the house and in the yard. So that's kind of what I meant by like, you'll see a lot of stuff this weekend. Like this is like the brunt of what we're doing. Josh just ran to Starbucks to get us some coffee and some breakfast sandwiches. So I thought I would take the time to kind of show you our yard and what we want to do to it today. It's nothing like crazy out of the ordinary. It's more so just like the maintenance of it. Okay, so first of all, we need to give that cooler back because that's not our cooler. But we want to trim this lavender bush because a lot of times it grows out into like the walkway. So I want to trim that. We have this beautiful like shrub right here and I want to trim the top of it because it's getting a little shaggy. I bought a new hose actually to replace this one because it has holes in it, so it's a little bit useless. We're gonna trim this guy. You can see he's got quite a lean because it was just really windy, so we're gonna try to, I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Hopefully we can stand it back up, but we're also gonna trim it, and we're gonna trim everything along that wall there. Obviously that kind of just speaks for itself. I think this this table cover that we've been using for the winter, but we had to put rocks in it down here because the wind was blowing it away, and then when it rained it just filled with water. So we're just gonna throw this away. I bought a new one, so we're gonna throw it away and we'll just put the new one on when it rains again. But we kept this on pretty much all winter, so it'll be nice to have an outdoor table again. And then coming around here, that's like the lemon tree bush thing. I want to trim that. This is what I want to do. Oh, there's a lot of weeds that I gotta pull around here. But this is what I want to do here. These planter boxes, I kind of want to take everything out of there and then move this droopy guy into there so that I can throw this away because it's kind of falling apart. So that's the plans over here. This is the hibiscus, which I don't know if I showed you guys when we first moved in, but they have the most beautiful flowers and they're already starting to bloom, and I can't believe that. This planter box is mainly just a bunch of weeds that I need to pull. So I'm gonna pull all those weeds. This one's pretty good. I think we haven't talked about what we're gonna plant in these yet, but I'm thinking that like this side will be like flowers, and then this side will be like maybe herbs and stuff. I don't know. A little bit of trimming here, more weed pulling. Oh, the bougainvillea. she gets a little wild and out of control. You can see over the top of the fence there. So I'm going to trim that back. Josh is mowing the lawn and edging the lawn. So yeah. We got a lot of plants out here today, but I'm very excited. This should be a really fun place to hang out. It's nice to have a yard to take care of now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on pulling some of these weeds because that's the part I'm not looking forward to at all. So I got my gloves and yeah, I'm gonna pull some weeds and wait for Josh to get back. Someone has made it back with the goods.
And they are good.
I finished pulling some of the weeds over there. Not a lot. And I was kind of working on that succulent. But I'm taking a break now because coffee's here. Okay, so we split this big guy up into two pieces and put him in both of those because he was so big. He wouldn't fit in one, and also like some of his branches kept falling off as we were trying to move him. We threw away that old planter box that was broken. We still have that stand, so we should figure something out to put on that stand because it's nice. We also took off the table cover, so that is super exciting. I have got, this is all the succulent branches that kind of broke off, but I've gotten a lot of the weeds out from this side, and now I want to work on this over here. Josh is just taking stuff out to the dumpster, and then when he comes back, I think he's going to start on the lawn. Okay, we've got Josh starting the edging over there. Oh, I pulled out all those weeds. Man, those were rough weeds. They did not want to come out. But now I'm gonna start my favorite part. Okay, excuse my appearance, but Josh is just finishing up the last bits of the yard, It's looking really good. I came in here and I did a little bit of cleaning. I just like vacuumed and mopped and stuff. But now I'm actually going to start transitioning some of our decor. If you know me, you know that I have decor for like all the seasons, and I love transitioning out decor. So because spring is coming, I have decor for this spring. Spring starts on Tuesday, so for all intents and purposes, it's spring. I have things like the garland that's back here in the back of the counter, and the sign up there. There's garland over there as well on that shelf. And then the pillowcases and the tablecloth. Some of the blankets on the couch too. Those are just things that I like to switch up every now and then. So I'm gonna get started on that. I'm gonna start putting away the winter stuff. And and the front wreath on our gate. I'll show you that too. I'm gonna start putting all that away and then transitioning it with our spring stuff. So now that that's all done, I'm gonna take you out to the yard and show you how it looks. Okay, already you can see that the lavender bush got trimmed a lot. This shrub was trimmed. We're still struggling with this. Not sure how to fix it, but I did trim it down. Look at the lawn. It's so beautiful. Table and chairs are finally uncovered. Just need to clean them off. Trimmed that a bit, not too much, but just a bit. Pulled all the weeds out of this planter box right here. And then we did end up doing the thing, I think I showed you in the vlog already, but we split that big guy into two. Yeah. So, oh, and I did trim back the bougainvillea over there because it was encroaching on not our yard. So yeah, here's our beautiful yard. Very proud of it. Josh did an awesome job with the lawn. It's where his OCD really shines. So now I'm gonna go upstairs and take a shower because I feel disgusting. So I'll check back in with you when I'm done with that. Oh, I feel like a human again. Thank the Lord. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you my sourdough starter. So I keep my sourdough starter in the fridge. My starter was given to me by my mom, so I didn't start it myself. There are plenty of tutorials out there that will help you if you need it. You can buy your own starter. You can borrow some from a friend. Like if one of my friends wanted to have some starter, I could just give them some of this and then they could like keep feeding it themselves. I have a bowl here. Now I don't want to keep all of this because you add to it as you feed it. So you can't keep all of it because you're gonna eventually run out of space in your jar. There's gonna be too much of it. I discard about half of it. So I'm gonna keep my discard in here. I used to have like this whole container of discard, but I used it all last week when I made crackers and chocolate chip cookies. Because you can also use your sourdough discard. I'm just gonna discard like roughly half of it. Okay, that's probably good. At least I think it is. Then I'm gonna get the rest out of here and put it in to this bowl. So now I've got a little bit in here. This is gonna be my sourdough discard. So when I feed my sourdough starter next week, I'll put more of the starter in here. And it's gonna go in my fridge. It's a big boy, it's a big jar. Okay, now you're probably thinking, what do you mean feed the starter? Is it like alive? Yes, it actually is. It is a collection of cultures and bacteria and yeast. This is your rising agent for your sourdough bread. It's fermented flour. The best way I can describe it is that feeding your starter, like it's like the yeast eats the flour and then blows bubbles, right? That's kind of what gives it the rise in the dough. So I have my starter in here, okay? And I'm gonna feed it a cup, equal parts flour and water. You could use any type of flour really to do your starter. I'm personally gonna use bread flour. Put in my cup of flour, and then I'm gonna do my water and add that in. Make sure that it's filtered water too. And the reason I mix it in this bowl is because it has a spout on it, so I can easily pour it back into a jar. So here is my sourdough starter now, and the smell is so good. It has that tang kind of smell, that, for lack of a better term, sour kind of smell. So this is why I wanted the bowl with the spout. So you can really see why we had to discard a lot at the beginning, because we had to add so much more. And not only that, it's also going to rise because of the bubbles and the yeast. That's why you have to discard some of your starter. But again, there are recipes where you can use sourdough discard, so don't think you have to throw it away if you don't want to waste it. Okay, then I'm gonna take this hair tie rubber band thing, and I'm gonna mark the level so that I can see how much it rises over time. And then I'm gonna keep this in a warm place. You can keep it like in your microwave or in your oven. Here's what I do. I have my Instant Pot here, and I just turn it on to the yogurt setting. And then I have this like rack so that it's not, the jar isn't sitting directly on the bottom of the pot. And then I place that in there, and it's gonna get just a little bit toasty in there, but not like hot. I'm gonna take a clean towel and cover it up. So I'm not putting the lid on the jar. I'm just covering this up with a clean towel, and we're just gonna let it sit here. And after about anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, your starter should be ready to use and bake with. I don't have measurements in like cups or anything because I use my food scale. So I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have to get a food scale.
I completely agree. I mean, when you're doing any kind of baking, you really should be doing it by weight.
Exactly. So we're gonna start with 200 grams of active starter. That's what this is, it's active. So I couldn't pull it, like you saw me pull it out of the fridge earlier. When I pulled it out of the fridge, it was not active because I hadn't fed it in a week. It was just sitting there. Currently, it is active because it's been fed and it's been proofing. So I'm gonna pour it in. I still have some left over, so that's gonna stay in the jar. I'm gonna put the lid on and I'm gonna put it back in the fridge. This is what's gonna get fed next week. Okay, so now you're gonna add 750 grams of warm filtered water. Not hot, or you'll kill your yeast. Warm.
Is there a temperature range that you were going for on the water?
Not really, I would just say don't exceed 100. But then you're gonna mix it. Look at all those bubbles.
Ooh, sorry. Oh yeah, nice.
So you're gonna mix together the water and the starter pretty much till the starter is dissolved. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with 22 grams of salt, 1,000 grams of bread flour. Just a reminder, this is going to make 2 loaves of bread. Okay, got all of our flour in. You just really have to make sure that there's no dry spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape down the sides as much as I can. And then I'm gonna cover this with a towel and let it rest for 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. So I've taken off the towel and now I've got my hands wet. I'm gonna start the first of 4 series of stretch and folds. And I'm gonna do this every 30 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my wet hands and I'm gonna get under the dough like this. And I'm gonna stretch it up as much as it can go and fold it in over itself. And then I'm gonna turn the bowl and do the same thing again. I'm gonna stretch it as far as it can go without it breaking. What this is doing is just kind of developing that gluten and getting the gluten stronger. And then you'll notice, actually even now, just after this 1 round of stretch and folds, that my dough is starting to look a lot smoother, and that will happen with each round of stretch and folds. So now I'm gonna put a towel over that. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Haha. "30 more minutes on the clock." Number 3. Look, it's so smooth. Okay, I'm just gonna set the timer one more time for 30 minutes. Okay, our 4th and final round of stretch and folds. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it with a towel, I'm gonna wash my hands, and I'm gonna leave it on the counter overnight. We're gonna go to bed, and we're gonna check this out in the morning. And we can compare the growth. Good morning. Today is Sunday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna continue with our bread, and our next step in the process is shaping the loaves. I have cleaned my surface and I have floured it. Would love for you guys to see this. This is exactly what you want. You want it to be really, I think that's like really good. It's built up a lot and there's all these bubbles on the surface. It's perfect. I'm gonna turn out my dough just right onto the flour.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
Any of you sci-fi fans ever seen The Blob out there?
Okay. Oh, it smells so good. You gotta smell this, baby.
Yeah, that does smell good.
I end up honestly using like a lot of flour for this because the dough just is really sticky. Maybe I need to like rethink my recipe again. This is only the 3rd time I've done this, but my dough gets really, really sticky, and the videos I've seen don't really seem to do that. At this point, you're gonna cut this blob in half. You can weigh the pieces if you want. I don't really ever do that, so I'm just gonna cut it into 2. And you would ideally want to do this with a bench scraper, but I don't have one of those. But it just goes to show that anybody can make sourdough bread. You don't need to have all the fancy tools. Okay, so one of these blobs is just gonna go back in the bowl to chill out, and we're gonna work on shaping this guy. So to start shaping, you're gonna just kind of like stretch it out into like a rectangular, somewhat of a rectangular shape. So just kind of the rough shape of a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're going to kind of fold it. I call it book folds, I guess. You're gonna kind of fold it, or like a pamphlet.
Yeah, like a letter fold.
And fold it like this on the sides. Okay, then you're gonna do the exact same thing from top to bottom. Or bottom to top, whatever. Bottom to top. And then we're gonna turn it over. And now we're gonna do, I don't know what you would call this, but you're gonna push it and then you're gonna pull it back. And as you're pulling back, you're tucking dough underneath. And you're kind of going in like a candy cane type motion. So up, around, down.
Oh, interesting.
So up, around, down. And as you can see, as I'm pulling it back towards me, I'm pushing dough underneath. This just kind of creates surface tension on the top.
Very nice.
So that your loaf is more round and pretty. All right, so I have the rough shape that I want.
Nice, baby.
Thanks. You can just get a bowl, put a towel in it, and lightly dust it with flour. Then you're gonna take the loaf, you're gonna pick it up, and you're gonna put it face down in the bowl. So now I'm gonna just kind of let that rest for about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna shape the other loaf, and I will see you when I'm done with that. So I've got both of my loaves shaped and in the bowls. I'm gonna dust them with flour. I'm just gonna cover the top with the towel like this.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. Okay, so I have laid down some parchment paper right here, and I have my oven preheated with my Dutch oven inside the oven to 450 degrees. So that Dutch oven is gonna be nice and toasty. I'm gonna get one of my loaves, and I'm gonna just put my loaf onto the parchment paper. And then this is where you want to do kind of like some last minute shaping if it's kind of lost its shape. So you're going to want to score your bread, and that's just so that the steam can release and not make your crust all bubbly and wonky. You'd normally want to use like an actual scoring knife. But again, I don't have special tools. So this is a paring knife. And I'm just going to cut, I don't know, just like a little curve right here. Okay, now Josh is carefully removing the super hot Dutch oven out of the regular oven. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is, since this is already on parchment paper, I'm just going to lift up this whole thing, put it inside. Okay, then you put the lid on, and we're going to put it with the lid on in the oven for 30 minutes. Then we're going to take the lid off and cook for another 30 minutes. And next time we see you, we will have a loaf of sourdough bread. Yay! To show you, we came to hang outside, and remember the hibiscus plant I showed you literally yesterday? They've opened up. Oh my God. They are so, I'm telling you, they are some of the prettiest flowers I've ever seen. That is so exciting. Yo. As far as looks go, this might be my best looking loaf yet. Wow. Okay. Here's the moment of truth. Are you coming to enjoy this? I hope it's good. Okay, I'm gonna say this for like the 80th time. This is the third time I've done this. Both times before has been slightly underbaked. The first time was really underbaked, but the second time was only slightly underbaked. So I'm really hoping that it's fully baked inside. I'm gonna be really sad if it's not. Oh my God. Do you hear that? steaming. Can you guys see the steam? The bottom is the hardest part to cut. Okay. Yeah. Okay, get some butter. We've got some warm butter. Just go back. Got some warm butter. Now, ooh. Now we're gonna try it.
Yeah, let me get my paper towel.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yum.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Currently, we have a pot roast cooking for dinner, and we're watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
More to the point that yet to think of a spell that our Hermione can't do. Come here. Don't you think on it, Hermione. Don't you think on it for 1 minute.
And thus the week ends and a new one begins.
Yep. I know that our entrance back into our weekly vlogs was a little bit rough. It was a little, yeah, all over the place, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We showed you the fun stuff, and yeah. We had pot roast and sourdough bread for dinner, and it was, not only was it my best batch of sourdough so far, but it was also my best batch of pot roast so far, so.
Definitely.
Sorry I didn't do a tutorial for the pot roast on the vlog, but I did do it on my TikTok, so if you go find my TikTok, it's on there. It's the pinned video on there.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Thanks. We're gonna get to bed, because we are Phoebe, and we have work tomorrow.
Boo.
Thanks so much for joining us on our return to the weekly vlogs. We missed you guys.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys. Live long and prosper.
Tomorrow's a new adventure.